another exercise that I personally did over the weekend was adopting a new identity. And so I have my Sachin Patel identity, and then I came up with an alter ego identity, who I am right now, which is Super Sachin. And so Super Sachin has certain things that he does. He operates a certain way. He wakes up at 6 a.m. even if he doesn't feel like it, right? He sleeps in only if his body requires him to do that. Not if his mind requires it, but if his body requires it, right? Because sometimes we stay up a little too late, or we're traveling, we're in different time zones, stuff like that can happen. So I wrote a manifesto of this identity, and I started adopting it yesterday. And so today is day 2, and I realize I'm doing like 80 to 90% of these things. There's certain things that I was doing that my alter ego wouldn't do, right? Like he wouldn't leave, even if it's just the smallest thing, he wouldn't leave it behind. He would clean up after himself. Every room he walks into, he leaves it a little bit cleaner and neater than when he walked in. Every person he meets, he leaves them a little bit better, right? Any chance he has to express gratitude, he expresses that gratitude. So really simple things that, that we can do and start adopting. And then I ask myself in every situation, what would Super Sachin do? And then the answer becomes super clear, right? Would he answer this email now, or would he mark it as unread and put it off till tomorrow? Right. Well, the old Sachin might do that, but Super Sachin would answer the email right now. He would take whatever action is required, assuming that he has the time to do it. So I think for us, many of us, we have to adopt a new identity if we're going to create a new level of growth and success for ourselves. We have to identify as that person who's already accomplished whatever goal we have set out for ourselves, and start living that right now. Like that's one of the first exercises we do, is we have people identify their dream day, but I would upgrade that exercise to actually creating your dream identity, because that's something you take with you every single day, no matter where you are. And I even put in like little stipulations in there, because there's certain times I don't feel like getting up, right? And why is that? Well, maybe because I was up a little bit later than normal, or maybe, I'm traveling, so that screws up my time zone, right? And so you can add those in there. So there are opportunities for you not to be, perfect when life isn't perfect. But creating that new identity, I found, was super helpful for me. And for anyone who's trying to be successful in their practice, like, let's adopt that identity of success right now, right? Like, what time would you wake up if you had quote unquote success? What time do you think you would have to get up, right, to have the level of success that you desire? Jim Rohn has a great quote. He says, somebody asked him, why do you wake up so early? And he says, if you were doing what I'm doing today, you would be up early as well. Right. Like, I just thought that was such a captivating, statement. If you were doing what I'm doing today, you would be up early as well. Right. Think of Christmas morning, right? When you're a kid, you're up early because this is like the highlight of the year for many kids, right? They're going to open their gifts. They're going to be with their family. They're going to drink some hot chocolate or something nice like that. And they're going to celebrate. Right. So, what if every day could be like that? Because of your identity, and because of, what your business is going to do for people, and how it's going to serve people and humanity every single day. Now, there's going to be days that you don't like doing things, right? So I put in mind that Sachin shares valuable information every single day, even when he doesn't feel like it, because I'm not always going to feel like it, right? And it's easy for us not to do something when we don't feel like it. And one of the other things I realize is that sometimes it's easy if we don't, like, one of my other things that I wrote is I don't let the opinion of others change my opinion of myself. Right. And that's one of the things that can hold many people back, because they're so afraid of what other people are going to think that they don't even do the things that they know that they need to do. They don't put themselves out there and, serve humanity in the capacity that they can. So it does take courage, right? It does take consistency. It does take, in many cases, adopting that alter ego identity of yourself, writing it down. It does take trusting the process. It does take surrounding yourself with the right people. And of course, it's going to take us taking the best care of ourselves that we possibly can as well. Like, you've got to be healthy. You got to think sharp. You got to look the part, right? Or at least act the part. And when you act the part long enough, you look the part. You've got to, do all the things that you would tell your clients to do, right? And I almost imagine my clients sitting there next to me, watching me and asking themselves, or just like visually observing me and paying attention to what I'm doing, right? And if my clients were sitting here next to me, is this the behavior and the thought process that I want to model to them? Right. And then it becomes so clear what I should be doing and what I should not be doing.